Hello, I'm Marky Dragon, and today I just want to take a flashback. It's going down memory lane. It's going back quite a ways. In fact, all the way back to 1997. This is the beta CD for Ultima Online. And back in 1997, a good friend of mine, Dennis, who is now the COO of Marky Dragon, he paid for this and actually got into the beta. I think he had to pay like $7 in order to get in, and that was a wonderful time for me. I played all the Ultimas. Well, not all of them. I started out in Ultima 5 and continued on from there. So when the game was released, I of course got my copy of the game with it came with the map, which came in a little box. I have some of those little boxes. I actually have an unopened copy of the game from back then. Don't know what it's worth these days, but I see them going for several $100. They came with real maps. They were cloth. It was awesome. Nowadays, you get all these paper maps and everything, and kind of sucks. But I was thinking the other day about one of the funniest moments ever for me in Ultima Online, and that was meeting a character named Ronald McDonald on the Baja server. And Ronald McDonald was good friends of another character I was friends with. Her name was Des. And they would hang out a lot. They'd go PK players a lot. They would cause all kinds of mayhem. And in fact, when he got bored of UO, he started this thing on WTFman.com of where he was showing all of his kills of everybody that he killed. And what he did was he made this challenge. And he's like, my challenge is to see how many people I can kill before I get killed. And I think he made it up to like 1,000 kills or something like that. And then finally said, I don't think anybody's going to be able to kill me. This is getting boring. One of the times when I met him, I'd met him several times at some events in the games and stuff. And he was always, he's a guy with quick wit. He was a funny guy. And I one time met him out in front of Dungeon Covetous. And I see him out there and I think to myself, oh, I hope he remembers me because I don't want him to kill me. I got a lot of stuff on me. And I decided I was going to go up and talk to him. So I started talking to him and he's all talking about whatever. I don't even remember what we were talking about. But what ended up happening was he said, oh, are you going to be seeing Des today? And I'm like, yeah, I probably will. And he says, I have something for her I forgot to give her when I saw her a little while ago. And it looks like she's logged off now, so can't get a hold of her. So I'm like, okay. He asked me, can you take it to her? Sure. So he hands me this backpack. And, it opens up in the trade window. He doesn't open up the backpack. Doesn't show me what's inside. And I put the backpack in my pack. And then I'm like, okay, well, I may as well get this to Des right away so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to keep carrying it around. And I had access to one of her houses where I could drop stuff off. So I recall over there, and I walk in the house. I drop off this pack, and then I go to recall off to the next place I was going. Except I get this fizzle. It says I'm out of reagents. And I'm like, what? I know I was loaded up with enough reagents to, last me at least a while. I go and look in my pack, and all of my reagents were gone. Ronald McDonald was a Grandmaster thief as well. And so what he did is while I'm talking to him, he was pickpocketing me, taking the stuff out of my backpack. He grabbed all of my reagents, and then he handed them back to me and told me to give them to Des. The funny thing about that was, first, that he pulled that great prank on me. But then second, since Des wasn't online, and all I could do was drop off into the trunk in her house, I couldn't pick up anything out of it, I just gave her all my reagents, and I had no way to recall home. It's those moments that I think we all remember in these games. You know, the magical moments where they're a lot of fun and everything. And that definitely was a fun moment for me in Ultima Online. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.